Hey,
There we go.
JB, how you been?
Hey, I'm great, man. How you doing, family?
Good, I'm doing good. It's been a long time since I've been trying to get you on here because I just know the amazing things you've been doing
Right.
and all spaces when it comes to entrepreneurship
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and what and everything happens for a reason because right now a lot of people are starting to talk about cryptocurrency again.
Right,
When
right. Yeah. Yeah.
and for me, and even myself, I was big into cryptocurrency. I got some, well, I won't say big compared to the big players, but
Uh-huh.
I was checking my wallet daily and whatnot. And I
Right.
got some of my coworkers. And then when the government start finding out how powerful cryptocurrency was, and China started shutting down,
Right, right.
those supercomputers, the banks in America start saying that cryptocurrency going to take away their funding. It was a bad hit for them. And
Right.
even me, I backed away and Bitcoin became a laughing stock. But
Hmm.
now it came back like, whoa,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
man.
and it's
But
coming back even with a bigger vengeance now, you know what I'm saying?
exactly. So, but before I even get started, I like to let the individual introduce themselves. So, what would you like to people to know about you before we even start talking?
Got you. Well, first, thank you for inviting me on. I know it's been a little time. We've been trying to figure out schedules, work things out, and different things like that. And literally, like I came into the studio office and sat down in the chair, like more, the interviews started. And so, but a little bit about me. JB the Great, 30 years old. I've been an entrepreneur all my life. Right. Started my first official business at the age of 17 years old. So like 13 years I've been out here doing some really good stuff, but I was always that kid, 8, 9, 10 years old, you know what I'm saying? Like trying to pick up some trash or sell some candy on the side, make a little extra money. And I got on the internet back in 2013. So I got on the internet back in 2013 and it completely changed my life. I would have had no idea my life would be what it is right now. I went to college. I did the whole thing, got 2 college degrees and, made my parents happy, so they were happy about that. But like literally 2 to 3 months before graduating, everything that I thought was going to fall into place didn't. So I needed something, to happen. And a friend told me about some internet stuff, and I got on board, and millions of dollars later, right? But yeah, it's been a blessing, bro. So again, I'm glad to be on with you, share some really good stuff that I'm seeing over here, and also lift the people up. 2020 has been a pretty interesting year, so I'm sure I got some stuff that I can share to help some folks get to the next level.
All right, yeah. So let's jump into it. And you ended it with saying 2020 has been an interesting year is like
Right.
almost an understatement, right? But one thing I noticed also is that the rich got richer.
Yes.
Like Elon Musk,
Yes.
like he said a ship to space and he made $88 billion more.
Right.
You
Right.
know what I'm
Right.
saying? Jeff Bezos, he got richer, right?
Right.
So it was just opportunity and taking risk. But one
Hmm.
thing about even people that took hits this year, one thing they realized and people are starting to talk more about is that your job, like when you're relying on someone else's business
Right.
to sustain you, is not the most comfortable feeling. I'm not gonna say it's not right because sometimes that's what you want to do, and that's okay. And I want to put that's okay that you want to work a job, but I think more people are understanding that there are certain, it's not about just having a nice boss or a good boss. There's certain things that they can't control. So you have to have multiple streams of income.
Right.
Right. So you started real young. You've been an entrepreneur just in general for 13 years. So
Yeah,
like
13, bro. It's
someone
crazy.
that's sitting there like, hey man, like yeah, I have these ideas. I always wanted to get started, but I just don't know, like they're scared. What would you say to them?
Right. So it's okay to be scared, right? It's okay to be scared because it's the unknown, right? It's uncertainty. And so you know, a lot of times, you know, even when, let's say you got a new baby on the way, right? Sometimes you might get a little scared. You're not, you know, especially if it's your first one, you have no idea what to do. And so that's how it is, you know, when you first start your first business. And so the biggest thing is, you know, you got to believe that it's possible, right? You just got to believe that your dream matters, that that you can be your own boss, that you can build that company you want, that you can take that idea and make things happen with it. And here's the thing about it, is that it may take some time, right? There may be some failures on the way, right? And that's with anything in life. You know what I'm saying? We've been in certain relationships, different things like that, that, you know, we thought we're going to be, you know, ending a fairy tale marriage, and it didn't work that way, right? Or relationship didn't work that way, or different things. So you're going to have ups and downs in business. But the first thing is you got to believe. You got to believe it's possible. And then you got to actually take action. A lot of people do not do that. I'm sorry, brother. I'm getting just insane amounts of notifications over here. And so, you know, that I lost my train of thought for a second, but
like you said,
you
were saying that's fair. Like fair, that's part of it, but you have to take action regardless. Yeah.
Right. So you got to take action. Like action is the biggest thing. Most people never take action. One of the biggest things that I believe in is figuring it out as you go. Right. And so, you know, if you're waiting for like the full blueprint, there's never like, you know, there's not a step A, you know, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4 in entrepreneurship, right? Like you got to sometimes figure it out as you go. Now there are guides, right? There are books, there are audios, there are mentors that can help you along the way, but you got to step out and take that leap of faith. And I think many people are afraid to do that. Because they're afraid to do that, it stops them from achieving, you know, the level of success. And brother, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find my charger too real quick.
Okay.
So
All right. Yeah, take it.
so just give me one quick moment.
Yes. Yeah. So like, so while you're looking for the charger, I think he's saying something amazing, is that a lot of times people just never act on their ideas, never act on that inspiration they may have at a moment to start, you know. And sometimes starting doesn't mean, hey, put in tens of thousands of dollars into an idea and starting that business. Sometimes starting is just talking to someone. Maybe for me, I've been saying I want to get into real estate for a while. And for me, starting was when I got introduced to a successful realtor in Massachusetts, is going down to his office and having a conversation with him, asking him questions, asking him how I can help him out. So that's something that you just want to get going. And most times while he's back, I would say too, I realize, and you can speak on this, a lot of the most successful ideas, businesses, something else led to that idea. So don't feel like, oh, my idea, it's a failure or something of the sort. Is like once you get going, you start getting a vibe of what the customers want. You start getting a vibe of what you can do to solve other people's problems.
Sorry about that, bro, man.
Nah, it's cool.
It's cool. Crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, bro.
So what I was telling people, a lot of like entrepreneurship is really believing in yourself and understanding like once you're going forward is believing that what you believe, and if you have a conviction with it, like I don't know if you ever heard of this pastor Michael Todd. He had this he had this series called Crazy Faith. That you're moving forward even if you don't have like the evidence, you don't have the full blueprint that this is gonna be it. But you just have like, you do your research. Obviously, just don't go blind, but you do your research, and then you have to know hey, let's move forward. I'm gonna move forward regardless of what everybody's saying, regardless of everyone bringing up my past, regardless of whatever's going on. You're moving forward because you have crazy faith in you. You have crazy faith in the God you believe in, or the people that believe in you. But let me this was for you to speak, so I'll take that, right?
Yeah, that was great, man. That was good. I mean, you gotta have crazy faith, just like you said. You know, a lot of times people think, you know, us entrepreneurs are crazy, and we are, right? We really are. You know what I'm saying? Because like, you have to believe in something that truly doesn't exist. Okay, and when that means in your life. So let's say, for example, that you want to, you know, make your first $100,000, right? And you've never made anywhere near $100,000, right? And so depending on who you talk to, they may think you're crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because some people are, you know, talking to, you know, their broke cousins, you know, people that have never never played at that level. And so they think that it's crazy, you know what I'm saying? Or they don't believe it's possible. And so one of the biggest things I tell people to get to where you want to go faster is start changing your environment immediately, right? And your environment, a lot of your environment has to do with the people that you talk to the most on a daily basis. And so like, literally, like, if you look at the last 5 people that you talk to in your phone, right? And if you look at their life or your closest, you know, friends, and you look at their life, well, your life is going literally in the same direction as theirs, right? And so if you want to get rich, you need to start talking to some rich people, right? I don't care what it is. Do what you got to do to get around them, right? If that means investing in yourself, that means getting the program. If that means networking and connecting, you want to do that. You know, the truth is, like, my entire inner circle, like, they make millions of dollars, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I do a lot of mentoring and coaching and stuff now, you know, but my closest friends, the people that are closest to me, you know, besides like, you know, some of your family that you'll talk to, but you got to even be mindful of that, you know what I'm saying? And so change your environment. That's a big, huge part. And get around people that are succeeding and winning, because success is contagious, right? It'll just rub off on you. You know, you get in the right environment. If you're around 9 broke people, you'll be the 10th. You know what I'm saying? If you're around 9 millionaires, you'll be the 10th. So, yep.
And what I tell people too is, like, you have to know to know the groups, right? I read this book, The Richest Man in Babylon, right? And what he said is, you're not going to go to a brick maker about jewels, right?
Right.
So, like, for me, when I go to church and I'm listening to my pastor, like, so my dad, I know that's what's spiritual. You know what I'm saying? Or like, you know, or with like, and when I go to a doctor, or like when I go with family or whatnot, I know that's more for my mental, for the people close to me, or like more emotional.
Right.
But when I want to talk about physically, like, you know, strengthening physically, I'm gonna go to a trainer. I'm not going to my friend that's drinking every night, or even if they look good, but I know they're not doing the right thing.
Right.
So I don't want people cutting their friends off, deleting numbers, but just understand that, like, sometimes you have to walk away. And if you do the right thing, they'll walk away for you.
Right.
Because your boys that want to party, they don't want to talk about the book you're reading.
Right.
Like, so, and so that's why one thing, like, me and my wife, we've been like, yo, instead of wearing all these other brands, let's wear stuff that have our name on it, or stuff that we want to inspire us. So, and since because I'm a pastor's kid, and I used to always get in trouble because I ask questions, but somewhere in the Bible, they say your body's a living sacrifice, right?
Right.
And in church, all they think is spiritual, you know? And as a kid, I'd be like, when they read the scripture, like, your body's a living sacrifice, I'm like, well, Pastor, you don't look like your body's a living sacrifice.
Right. Pastor, you sitting there eating pork chops and all this food and 400 or 500 pounds, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Like, it just don't sound right, you know? It just don't sound right. So you want to be a combined. So, like, you want to get into your business, you want to do what you got to do, but you want to balance.
Right. Yeah, and you got to have that, you know what I'm saying? You got to have that balance. Balance is big. And then, like you said, you know, you want to go, you know, if you need help with a certain situation, you want to go to those that have expertise in that. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't, you know, go ask my carpenter to bake me a birthday cake. You know what I'm saying? You're going to go to the baker. You know what I'm saying? And so, and it's the same with business. When you want certain information, right? You go to those sources and you go and get it. And so yeah, bro. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got about that part.
Yeah, man. So let's talk about like some stuff you're doing now, and it looks like you're in the cryptocurrency space, and we go from there. So if anyone has questions about cryptocurrency, put it at the bottom, and hopefully we can get to that for you.
Yeah, no problem, bro. I absolutely love the crypto space. I love the technology. I love what's going on with crypto. It's definitely a game changer for the entire world, right? And what it does is it allows, it takes the power away from like these corporate giants and these banks, and it gives it back to the people. You know what I'm saying? And it's really, it's really causing a huge transfer of wealth. I mean, you literally have people that are driving Uber a year ago, and they're crypto millionaires now, right? And there's so much technology that's being built and added since, 2013 or 2010, 2008, right? That now, I mean, I was at the gas station today and I just swiped my card and it was crypto. You know what I'm saying? And so like, that's the power of what's happening. And when people understand, understand that it's the future, it's not going anywhere. When you have companies like PayPal and even Cash App, right? You can go, most people, they got Cash App, right? You can literally go on Cash App right now and buy you some Bitcoin, right? And so if it wasn't a big deal, Cash App wouldn't have it there for you to buy it very easily. And so because they know what's going on, right? I mean, they literally spent hundreds of millions of dollars making sure that their users can start using it. And so we're seeing a lot of, different CEOs of companies. We're seeing, government officials, different things like that talking about this. And I really believe that someone can start learning crypto over a 12-month period, 2-year period, right? Like they could literally create millions of dollars from it because of what's going on with the technology. The price is skyrocketing, and it's easy for anybody to simply get into the crypto space.
Yeah. So I'm guessing like the crypto space is starting, they're looking to start regulating it almost like finances and stocks. So I know you can't tell people this stock is going to do good or this stock or this cryptocurrency is going to do good. But if you had to give, and for those out there, cryptocurrency is not just by Bitcoin or whatnot. Think of it almost like all the currencies of all the governments, right?
Right. Yeah,
right?
There's like 7,000, I think. 7,000
exactly,
right
exactly.
Yeah.
So, and there's some countries that they use the money, I think it was like Nicaragua, where some of them was using the money to warm themselves. They burnt it because it was so bad, but you're not going to do that with the American dollar.
Right.
So what are the probably the top 5 that you would tell people to look out for or watch?
Got you. The top 5 like cryptos? Okay. So, that's kind of hard only because I
have so many.
I have lots of favorites, and then
so how many? Do a top 10 then. Do a top 10.
No, I'll do 5. I'll keep it to 5.
Okay.
I'll give some juice, not all of it. But of course, Bitcoin, right? It's a great coin to have. Great store of wealth. Ethereum. I love what they're doing with Ethereum 2.0. Very, very nice. I mean, there's more people, more engineers, I think, working on Ethereum, the Ethereum blockchain right now than Apple and all these other places. So Ethereum's a really good one. XRP, it's kicking ass right now. Ripple. It's doing some really good stuff. XRP. Let me see. 2 more that I could slide in there.
What about Stellar?
I was actually deciding between Litecoin and Stellar. So I have Stellar. And so I actually grabbed quite a bit of it the past 2 weeks, more than I had before. I'm a huge fan of Stellar. I love what they're doing with that technology over there. And then, what would be the last one? I would say Tron. So Tron's a really good one.
The gamer one, right?
Yeah. So we're using that quite a bit, and we're seeing it move really, really phenomenally. It moves at, I think, about 10,000 transactions per second. So it's a really fast coin. It's a great coin to use. People are making tens of thousands of dollars with it. And I've been seeing some really good stuff. So that would be like my top five. And then I can go even further than that, but just for, for
For
the
this.
conversation, we'll keep it at five,
Yeah,
right?
perfect, perfect. So e-tron, like that's one that I bought, but like, how is it being used now in the actual gaming space, or is it being used yet in the gaming space?
Yes, so TRX is really powerful. There's a
Or
lot of
Tron,
things.
sorry, someone I said e-tron. I'm thinking of the Audi car
Right,
e-tron. My bad.
right.
Yeah, Tron. My bad.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for helping me out. I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, man. It's a really cool coin. There's a lot going on with it. Has a lot of potential. I believe that it can go, and this is not financial advice, okay?
Exactly.
So, but I believe that it can go. It's like at about 3 cents right now. I think it has potential to go back up towards 30, 50, and then even $1, right, or more. And so it's just really powerful. And right now, the way it's being used, a lot of people are starting to use it, and I think we'll see it in a lot of exchanges. But definitely one of my favorites is Ethereum too. Do not sleep on that one. That one right there. I love
No,
me some
because
Ethereum. Yeah.
I know Ethereum was the one that was like obviously not. People thought that it could overtake Bitcoin because of a lot of the blockchain technology was being built on top of it.
Right.
Yeah. And then, as I said, like I kind of backed off because even like I had my pastor was interested in getting to
Yeah.
Ripple. I had a lot of people, and then so Ripple will be the one we talk about. I think it hit like $3, and then you remember
Right. Yeah.
the founder, the owners of Ripple, he became the richest man in the world for like 2 days.
Right.
And
Yeah, it was
then,
insane, man.
but I think that's what really caused everything to turn upside down because remember, Ripple is the one. Ripple's not even decentralized, right?
Right.
Because my bank uses it, Santander
Yeah.
Bank internationally.
Right.
But they start coming back saying that they were going to take over the exchange company. So people don't know when you send money from the way you send money from, for me, America to like Guyana or Trinidad, it has to go through an exchange house.
Right.
Ripple is where they make these countries and banks make millions of dollars from that exchange house where you send $1,000, they make like $3. Ripple was like, yo, forget you.
Right.
We're going to send now for 3 cents.
Right.
And then as soon as Ripple became the richest in the world and they were threatening institutions, all of a sudden, it turned upside down. And people were like, oh, because of Bitcoin. I'm like, yo, if you really watch the timeline, it was when Ripple became, it was just like, whoa.
Right.
Yeah, so it's like, it's just changed. And then a lot of what people I tell them is like, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, sometimes I think the money is even in more than just the currency, but the technology of how you could use it and like and whatnot. So that's amazing. So now we spoke about entrepreneurship, we spoke about cryptocurrency. So let's talk about what you're doing, your company, and how people could, contact you. Because that's one of the main things I like this platform to be, not just to give knowledge, but to let people know that you and other individuals I speak to, they want to help each other. Obviously, if give you knowledge, maybe it might be through purchasing a book or a course or whatnot, but your gift, like you've been through the steps, you have failed and won, so now you can help them out or whatever within. So talk about what you're doing, how can they contact you, and and then we could continue from there.
Right. Well, yeah, man, I got some really cool things going on. My program is like blowing up around the world right now. As we're going into 2021, I'm focused on teaching 10 million people cryptocurrency and how to invest. A lot of people don't know how to really invest, right? They've worked for their money their whole life, and they don't really understand that you can actually make money in your sleep. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, so we've been teaching that. I got folks on every continent right now. I got stay-at-home moms, college students. I have folks in retirement, dads, working people. every color, every religion, every race background, and they're learning this stuff. And we built a really powerful community where we're, showing people how to invest in cryptocurrency. Many of them are, making hundreds of dollars a day, thousands of dollars a week. And I mean, these are people that this is happening in just like less than 30 days. And many of these people never really even had cryptocurrency. Right. And so, yeah, so it's really powerful. And I've spent a lot of my time developing trainings and developing a platform to help people get the information and create a safe place, because there's a lot of people, there's a lot of bad actors out there, and people need a safe place to learn. They need a safe place to grow, understand entrepreneurship, and really position themselves and their family, for a great financial destiny. And so we've been doing that. People contact me, they go to my Instagram. I have a free training that I've made available. My trainings will always be free. And this is the first time where I've actually made all of my trainings ever free. So a lot of the stuff that I used to teach, right, it's like $10,000 and $15,000 or $5,000 or $20K. And so I said, well, let me try something different because of the pandemic, right? They need help right now. And so I'm in one of those positions where I can help people, I can help them grow, I can help them step up in their life and learn. And so all of my trainings I've just released for free. And when I did that, I mean, it just literally, like, my videos are being watched tens of thousands of views like a week or even more now. And so it's really incredible, bro, to see people's lives change. And people are teaching their teenage kids cryptocurrency, bro. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so, you can just get in contact with me. And then, like I said, the link to my free training is on my bio on my Instagram. So you're welcome to go check that out. Yeah, start learning and earning, so.
Yes, definitely. And what I'll say is, yeah, all y'all out there, y'all might be like, oh, well, I heard a lot about cryptocurrency. I'll do it myself.
Mm-hmm.
When you say bad actor, there was actually one guy selling physical gold coins as Bitcoin.
Oh my God.
And people were buying them for like thousands of dollars because this dude convinced them that this is actual Bitcoin that's gaining in value. So, or buying coins and putting it in other people's wallets. And man, it's not so. Definitely, especially it's free. You can't, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what else.
No risk.
Ain't no one gonna pay you to learn. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's free. Like, if you want to learn, go out there and get it. So then, all my interview people I speak to, there's two questions I like to ask them. So I'll ask you the first one.
Okay.
You could do 3. Some people like to go up to 5 because just like, top books you would recommend people to read. For you, because it's so much, it's like entrepreneurship and cryptocurrency. Whatever you want to do. What are 3 or 5, 3 to 5, your comfort level books that you recommend people should read?
Yeah, I would say one of my favorites of all time. I'm a huge fan of Robert Greene. He wrote, The 40 Laws of Power, The Art of Seduction. He's wrote The 50th Law, did a combination with 50 Cent. He has a book called Mastery. There's a new one called The Laws of Nature. And me and my friends read that together. Yeah. So any of his books, they're always like, because one of my degrees is in history. And so he talks about like different concepts of, historical concepts, because you don't have to you can actually learn from other people's mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to always, make a lot of mistakes on your, on your own to learn. And so, I'm a huge fan of his work. Of course, a classic, Think and Grow Rich. I do like The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. Definitely one of my favorites there. Huge book. Yeah. I'm a huge fan of that one. It's really good. I also like, if anybody is like in marketing or different things like that, there's a book called the 80-20 of Sales and Marketing. That really helped me shift my business and the way that I do business. When I understood that, like, my income really took off. a book called The Power of the Subconscious Mind. That's a really powerful one.
Man, you dropping books I never, I got it. Yeah. Cause usually it's books like, I be like, oh, I know that one. I got, I'm gonna have to rewatch this and write it down.
yeah, bro. I mean, I've read, like, I've read lots of books. Like, I got audios. Like, another one of mine is The Subtle Art, excuse my language, brother, of Not Giving a Fuck. That's actually the name of the book. It'll show you how to stop caring about other people's opinion and step into, you know, like, most people are having problems in their life because they're dealing with other people's shit, right? That's the truth. You know what I'm saying? So that's a great book. Man, I've read some really great biographies, Michael Jordan's, Arnold Schwarzenegger's. I'm interested in getting Barack Obama's new book. Want to check that one out. There's a lot of books, bro. Like, I can just keep going down the list. And
man, you think, I'm just thinking autobiographies. Jeff Bezos' book is powerful.
Yes, he has a really
Everything Store. Like, cause you know, like, sometimes when you see these rich people and stuff like that, you're like, oh, whatever. Like,
right.
He had a plan. Like, when he started selling books on the internet, he always knew what he wanted his company to be. Right. And his biggest plan was to build a community in space. So when people see him taking off,
I've seen the documentary on that part. I think that's fascinating what he's doing.
Because when he was a kid, I think his grandfather or something like that worked for NASA. So he always wanted to be able to build a colony in space. So Amazon has always, he's lost his way a little bit, you know what I'm saying, with the shorty, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, you're a smart guy. She's been jumping from rich man to rich man, but that's not my business. Like, you know, but he has always, his ultimate goal has always been, and when you read, and I think that's one thing I noticed, is that has always been to build a colony in space. And I forget his company's name that is private, and they're already doing that, him and Jeff Bezos and stuff like that. That's a good book. And another one, you may laugh. 50 Cent's book, The
50th Law.
Hustle Hard, Hustle Smart.
Oh, Hustle Hard, Hustle Smart. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of 50's work, bro. And
after that book, I call him Curtis Jackson.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That book, oh my, like, I had so much respect for 50 Cent. Even when he's clowning people now, I totally understand where he's coming from. Like,
right.
That's an amazing book. So, but real quick, everybody in this timeline, if you have any questions, now is the time to fill it in. All right. If you have any questions, now's the time to fill it in. So, put it in there. The 50th Law. Yes, that's a very good book. Also.
Yeah.
Yep. Hustle Hard, Hustle Smart. Yep. A very good book. Very good book. How do you feel about? So you want to answer that? I think because you see the question, how do you feel about pyramid schemes?
Pyramid schemes.
Well, his definition of pyramid scheme is wrong. Well, we understand where he's coming from. So answer, correct him, and then speak about it. Yeah.
So a pyramid scheme is illegal, right? So it's illegal in the United States, and a pyramid scheme is literally there's no product or service. There's just money flowing to the top, right? Like, that's it. You know what I'm saying? And so it's illegal. There are people that have gone to jail with pyramid schemes, but one of a legal pyramid scheme is many of our jobs, right? Because there's, you know what I'm saying, there's the CEO at the top of that company making like, $500 million, and you got the guy that's, sweeping the floor making, $7 an hour. And so that's a legal pyramid scheme, right? But I won't get into that. I think the biggest thing is that you want to, and I'm not sure why you asked that question, but I think that what you want to do is find something you absolutely love, and find a mentor and build a business, okay? 2020 was that year that woke a lot of people up, right? And if you didn't come out of this year with a new skill or finally starting that business or doing what you got to do, right? Like, you're going to lose, okay? And a lot of times, I don't really like telling people that, but sometimes there has to be somebody to get in your face and let you know that it's time to step up, right? And so whatever it is that you're looking to do, whatever your passions are, whatever you're wanting to pursue, right? Get connected, know that you can do it, find your mentor, and then, you know, start taking massive action, and you'll be amazed, you know, how closer you are to achieving the level of success that you want.
Exactly. And I'll even add on that because, as you know, I was a part of network marketing. I think that's really what he was trying to talk about for a long time. And and people always ask me, because I'm not a part of network marketing now, I'm like, oh, but what do you think? Or yeah, like you know, you said, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I will honestly say, and I always say, that being a part of network marketing was one of the best things I've ever did in my life.
Same here.
And the reason why is because, and I was telling my wife, is that telling my wife, and then my boy, he's actually on here, is that the training, like Darren Harden came to our conferences, Robert Kiyosaki came to our conferences.
Right.
When I had a team and I was pouring into them, like I was really pouring into them because I knew that my success was your success. If my team didn't do good, so I was pouring into them. But one thing I always tell people is that a lot of people join network marketing because of the quick money, but they expect to just sit back and not do anything, and you have to put in the work. And that's one thing I learned about it. That's one thing I loved about it. So, and it just felt like that was the most frustrating things when I saw people with potential. But a lot of times their failures in network marketing always, like if your failure is in network marketing and I meet you 10 years now, I almost get to most of the people that like on my team or people that I met or whatnot, and I saw how they did in network marketing, I could almost tell you what's going on in your life right now.
Yeah.
Because you had a great idea. You had a great idea and you never started that business because someone else told you it wouldn't work. Not because they hate you, they love you. So they failed in life, so they don't want you to fail. So they're telling you not to do it because they don't want you to fail. So like, that's one thing I tell you, network marketing was almost like a crash course in entrepreneurship, a crash course in communication, a crash course.
You really learned a lot about it, honestly, too, bro. Like
so much stuff I learned, so much, because like I went to school for engineering, you know, and people are like, oh, you're so outspoken, you blood this, that, and like, and I used to talk about like network marketing is one of those things that helped me out. And there's some people that like Robert Kiyosaki, when he told that the girl that was a writer, she says, I want to be, how can I be a bestseller like you? He said, quit your job and go and sell Xerox. You know, like, yo, like, it's not about bestseller. It's not about, you know, it's not about best writers, bestseller. It's all marketing. And please believe the only reason why you're making that 6 figures at your job is because your boss is making 2 6 figures. And you would think I'm in network marketing now, but I'm not. But that's what I tell people is like, yo, like, it's just so many people like get this because of what people tell them. But if they just zeroed in and kept on moving, you keep going. So, someone asked, the sweater. It says spiritual, spiritual, mental, physical, emotional, financial, stable. So those are the areas of my life I try to focus on daily so that I keep going. And this is a reminder.
Right,
you know?
right.
Yeah, someone was asking. So anyone else has any other questions? And that's how
rituals that stand out when you're building a strong network. That's a good one.
So what was it?
I think it's any rituals, habits that stand out to you when you're building a strong network.
Oh, okay, I didn't even see that one. Thanks for catching it. You can answer.
So you know, your network is really like your net worth, right? And so, which is insane because I didn't realize how many people that I actually knew. And I'm not talking about just like, you know, I wouldn't say regular people because that's not the best way to say that. People of influence and who actually had money. And so when I first moved to Dallas, I'm at my condo in Houston. When I first moved to Dallas, So I'm back and
You just
forth.
said that nonchalant. Like, I live in Dallas, but I'm at my condo in Houston. You heard that, white G? That's what I'm working towards right there. Now, continue.
Yeah, bro. And so, and one of my goals, when I first got there, I think I was like 24 years old. And, I had literally graduated college. I moved home, and, I got on the internet. And so, after about 12 months, I, had my first six-figure year. So at that time, it was a little different because I had just bought, get your BMW, you know what I'm saying? And then like you got some money, and then your mom is still telling you to be home by 10. And I'm like, Mom, I'm grown, and then I got a little money in my pocket.
I seen your mom. She don't play, though. She will check you.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And so, I was like, man, I got to get out of here, right? And so so I ended up literally just picking up, going to Dallas. And like 2 days, I got me a spot out there. Beautiful spot, was one of my first ones. And one of my goals when I got there, I was like, I'm not even from here, but my focus is to be able to eat lunch and eat dinner with some of the richest and most influential people of this city, right? And I gave myself like 2 to 3 years to do it, and it happened, right? You know what I'm saying? And so I found myself like literally being invited. One of my friends, he's probably worth about 900 million, and he has like investor dinners, right? So it's like exclusive. You can't find it on Facebook. Like you got to get the text to know about it. You know what I'm saying? And that just happens all the time. I've just met so many successful people once a month, right before the pandemic. Like literally, there's this one meeting where about 100 to 300 executives from like literally around the world all come to this one meeting in Dallas, right? And I mean, private jets are flying in. Well, the guy that started it, like he was my neighbor, you know what I'm saying? And so, so it's just like crazy. Like one time I was like, leaving out, because the building my penthouse is in, I was down there, I stopped, played the piano like real quick, and I'm leaving out. And we didn't even realize that we had a mutual friend, you know what I'm saying? And so literally like the best way to do it is build on top of the relationships that you do have. And when you are a good person, you do great work, people are going to naturally, like all you have, right, is your name. Your name is worth more than silver or gold. And so when you do great work, people talk, right? They're going to say good and they're going to say bad. But when you're doing great work, right, the good normally outweighs the bad, you know what I'm saying? And people will, you'll be able to connect with more people just by being plugged in, with others. So that's what I would do. I mean, you can't really right now go to a lot of networking places with the pandemic, but you can connect with them on social media. So that's one of the easiest ways to do that. Okay.
Perfect. He had another question, and that was, how do you speak to the man in the mirror?
Got you. So you mean yourself, right? That's what.
I believe that's what he means. Like, how do you talk to yourself? Like, I'm guessing like when you're doubting yourself or you're questioning everything doing, yeah.
Right. If people really realized how powerful words are, they'll never say anything negative ever in their life, right? Like words are literally, they're so powerful. Like imagine when you say something, it's like the words are like spitting out of your mouth and railroad tracks are being laid down, right? Well, what starts coming on railroad tracks? A train, with every single thing you said at fast speed, right? That's the power of words. And so, so like I'm always speaking positive things and life into myself and every day, and then even those around me, because words have energy and vibration. And so if you're having trouble speaking things to yourself, just first of all, change the entire conversation that's going in your head. There's a book called The Untethered Soul. It'll help people do that. I forgot who wrote it, but it's a great book. It talks about the conversation in your head and how it's not really you, right? It's just like your brain has one job, that's to keep you alive, right? Your brain is not here to help you like succeed unless like it's literally there to keep you alive. And your brain is selfish where it's going to do everything it can to keep you alive. So if you get afraid or fearful, your brain will tell you, oh, panic, run, right? Like if a lion's chasing you, your brain's gonna say, get us out of here, right? Or if you're starting that business, right, and you failed,
Same thing.
Same thing, right? Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
So I could keep going with that, but I'll stop it there, bro, right?
All right, perfect. Well, there was one, and maybe you could jump in, but there was one kid, he said, I'm 17 and want to get into real estate in the future in terms of flipping, but I want to learn how to walk before I run. So where would you guys suggest I start? I'll answer first and then you could jump in because like real estate's my love.
Okay.
What I would say is usually when you're saying you want to get into real estate or like flipping or whatnot, in some cases, more times like because of YouTube is not the case, but you may know someone that is a real estate investor or in the game already. And obviously you want to know who you choose, but for me, I think my mentor might be on here now, is that when I met him, I straight told him like, yo, like how can I help you? You know, and a lot of people always tell me like, yo, he's just putting together $100 million fund, and I'm here, and people like, yo, you work for him for free, and like, you know, like, oh, why is a black man always keeping a black man down? Like, no, I tell him like, I don't want him to pay me because I don't want to change the relationship. Right. How can I help you? So he sends me to a property today that he may buy and flip, and he tells me, meet this guy, walk around and take a video. And then he tells me the stuff he's looking for. So I'm doing that for him for free. But what did he just do? He's telling me when I'm walking in a property, what am I looking for? So sometimes you want to find someone and find out, like, you know, back, you know, my boys that say, you know, back in the hood, they say, how can I get him a bag? Because if I can help him make money, then I know I could go out and make money on my own. So find someone that's in the game and help them make a bag of cash. Right. And then when you help them make a bag of cash, you can make a bag of cash for yourself. And they might be the first investor because you're going to need money, private money lending to invest in you because they're confident what they taught. So yeah, so I know I love real estate. So I get passionate about
no, you're right. Yeah, you're right on point. You know, one of my really good friends, she's a you know, real estate investor. I mean, she does like some amazing work. I love how she goes in and like redesigns like the whole thing. She can take some shit and like it looks like the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. You know what I'm saying? And so I agree with you about the mentorship part. A lot of people don't realize like a mentor will help you, and patience will stop you from doing dumb shit, right? And so like get a mentor. And a lot of people are always trying to jump to the money. Like most people, like direction is so much more important than speed, right? Because most people are headed nowhere fast, right? And so here's the thing, like you're better off working with someone else and learning from them for 3 to 6 months than go out there and spend a lot of money and waste a lot of time for 3 to 6 months, right? You know what I'm saying? Because if they're a good mentor, they'll position you the right way where they're going to make money, you're going to make money, and then guess what? You can make money together. And so that's always my focus. Like a lot of the, you know, I've mentored a lot of people. They're now at 6 figures, they're at millions of dollars. And guess what? There are projects that we work on together. You know what I'm saying? And it's pretty cool, you know what I'm saying? When you can mastermind and you can do business with someone that you actually used to mentor and coach, and many times you still do, but you're friends now. So, you know what I'm saying? You have that level of respect and now you're cool and friends because they've grown up, right? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, yeah, so that's good, bro.
So one person asked what the book name is, and my boy Buddy, he put it up there, The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. Yep. And
yeah,
then
one of my mentors told me about that book. Definitely changed my life.
Okay, I need to read it because I haven't. And one place, if you can't find a mentor, you know where you can find mentors with a lot of knowledge? The library.
Yeah.
Right. And like, man, there's so much. There's so many. This is my wife's office, so none of my books are in here. But there's so many books out there. So if you have any questions like books to read, just hit me up and I'll tell you some real estate books. And one thing is, you said in the future, and that's one thing I want you to stop To start investing doesn't mean you're putting money into anything. To start investing means to start investing in yourself. So say in the future, say I want to start investing in real estate today. And what you do is YouTube or whatnot and start investing in yourself. And once you start investing in yourself, you're an investor. So now because you don't have a property, now because you're living in your mama's house, like start today in yourself. All right. So we're coming to the end of the hour. They have one more. How do you address negative vibes and habits?
That's a good one.
Yeah, my boy Buddy, he's on fire today.
Yeah, Buddy's on fire, man. Buddy's on fire. Am I starting with that one? So first of all, awareness is everything. Okay, here's the thing. We all have our shit. And we just got to be real about it, right? Everybody has areas in their life that they can simply improve. That's it. There's always room for improvement. There's always a next level for anything. Doesn't matter if you've been working out for a month or a year or 10 years, right? There's different goals that people have. And first, being aware. If something is causing negativity in your life, like some people don't even realize, like they know that they're in a bad relationship and they stay, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he ain't no good. Or you know she's probably not the right one for you. You know what I'm saying? And you
would never plan to marry her.
Right. You don't even plan on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and so something negative, right? And it can even be, you know, your eating habits, right? It can be for some people, you know, I do love the marijuana plant, but too much of it, has an opposite effect for you. You know what I'm saying? While for many people, it can help them with pain and different, you know, medical issues. And so you want to be aware of negative habits and things that don't serve you. I think it was Will Smith that said, like, it is just insane the amount of things that people do on a daily basis that do not serve their best interests, right? And so as long as you're aware, I think that is a starting point for improving. And one of the best things you can do to change a habit is raise your standard, right? And so think about it. And Tony Robbins talks a lot about this. One of my friends, we were just on a training like several days ago, and he talked about like raising your standard. You want to change your habit, raise your standard, right? So it's like, hey, you want to get in the best shape of your life, right? Raise your standard about, look, I'm going to just go to the gym 3 times a week, right? Raise your standard there. You want to, you know, one thing for me was I realized that, you know, I didn't want my bank account to be under a certain number, okay? When it hit that number, right, it's time to make some stuff happen. You know what I'm saying? Right? It's time to make some stuff happen. I raised my standard there. For most people, they like, dang, if I just got $100, you know, I'm good, right? And you're trying to figure out why financially you're not breaking through because you have that's your standard, right? Now, that's probably good for, you know, maybe a 8-year-old kid or a 15-year-old kid. But if your standard financially, even if you're in your 20s or 30s, it's as low as just having $100, right? It's probably time to raise that up some, right? Go 500, go 1,000, and just keep building that, building there, and you'll realize that, man, my standards change. When your standards change, your habits do too, right? Because you're not accepting all the crap that you allow yourself. When you tell, you know, that, you know, when you tell that man that you with, look, you've been with me for 5 years. It's time for me to get a ring, right? It's time for you to get serious. When you raise your standard, guess what will happen? Either he's going to step up to the plate, right? Or bye-bye. You know what I'm saying? And the right one can come into your life. So raising your standard is a big deal to change anything negative and bad habits in your life. Yeah, that was good. Exactly. That was good.
Yeah, that definitely was. So we're coming to the ending. Before we stop, remember, go to his bio, and then you can get the link for his free courses on what he got going on, cryptocurrency. I'm gonna have to slide up in there too.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, so you have a lot of fun, man.
And I'm gonna have to rewatch and get the list of books Because man, the Untethered Soul, that one stood out to me. So that's one I have to definitely watch.
It's a really good one, bro. Yep.
So should I read it, or is it okay to do an Audible? Because I'm big on Audible, but I know that certain books you need to sit down.
Yeah, I love to listen. I'm really like an audio type of person because I'm really good at visualizing.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Yeah,
Good.
and so if I read, I'll fall asleep. You know, I'll fall asleep
Me
like
too.
quick. So audio is good because I can eat some snacks. You know, you can work out, you can move around, keep going, and you're still good, or work on some stuff. So I love having audios in my ear. Yep.
Perfect. So the big question, the final question, I always ask everybody, it ties them up. When you eat cereal, what goes in the bowl first? The cereal or the milk?
Man, you know what's so crazy, bro, is I don't drink milk.
Me either, but you know what I mean? It could be almond milk.
Yeah. So I'll tell you when I used to, the cereal for me would go first, bro, right? The cereal would go.
Exactly, thank you.
You know, yeah, man, the cereal would go first, and, you know, I like it to swim, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, especially when that milk used to be cold, good and delicious, right? Now, man, I haven't had milk in so long, bro. I'll probably immediately get sick drinking just regular milk. You know what I'm saying? So,
over the last year and a half, my wife had extremely bad asthma to the point where one night I drove her to the intensive care, and I was driving, and I'm like nervous because she's fighting to breathe, and that's it's not like, you know, a shoulder you could pull it, like you can't do anything. She's fighting to breathe, and all you could do is drive and try to get to wherever you are fast. And so we cut out dairy, and the main things we cut out was dairy, processed meat, and cut down the amount of red meat, and cut down the amount of chicken we ate. And for the last about 6 months or so, she hasn't used her inhaler at all.
Yeah, because it's mucus, right? And so like,
exactly.
I'm like pretty much vegan now, and so like a lot of those dairy products carry mucus, and mucus is actually what carries different toxins and diseases through your body, right? And so also alkaline water is good to have, and so I always tell people, get you some alkaline water, drink water. It's good. It'll help you because a disease cannot live in a alkaline environment.
State.
And so like alkaline water is great to drink as well. If you just want to take some steps to a more healthier life, start by, you know, what you mentioned, and then adding some good water to your
man. And me and my wife, cause we were hard, but we actually start going a little harder, because to be honest with you, yesterday was my last day of quarantine because I got hit with the coronavirus.
What?
Me and my wife. And it was nothing like but a bump. Like she laughs because she said I have never rubbed her back that much in one night, because I know what happened the 2 times cause she used to use a pump like 3 or 4 times a day. So I'm rubbing her back. I'm putting my finger by her nose, and at no point did we ever have to go to the doctor. At no point did she ever have any type of breathing problems. And I know there's a lot of factors, but I'm just like, yo, man, we can speak about what to eat and not to eat all night, man.
All the time.
Well, I've seen the proof, you know. I've seen it in me and my wife's life and whatnot. But yeah, we got hit. Well, I got hit with coronavirus and I brought it home. So she never lets me live that down. But
yeah, man, you probably owe her a great date once all this is over, right?
But we've been, so we're good now, and and our anniversary's in 2 days. So we do. My mentor allowed me to. My mentors allowed me to use one of his vacation homes, and so me and her is gonna go out there, just
have some fun,
live it up for a little bit together.
Live it up, bro.
But man, we gotta do this again. I hope it doesn't take another year, 2 years.
I know,
but this was amazing.
I promised I was gonna be on, and so I'm glad.
Yeah, you were.
So, this is my first IG interview of 2020. So.
Oh wow!
Yeah, bro.
I feel nice. All right. Well, thank you, and so hopefully soon I gotta come down to Houston or Dallas, whichever house you're at, you know.
Yeah.
Hang out
come,
with
man.
you.
Hey, come, bro. I'll introduce you to some good people. You know, we're gonna eat some good food. And yeah, we'll have a great time, bro.
All right, let me know if they ever have that meeting again. I'll definitely fly down to rub shoulders so I can get some of that stuff on me.
Yeah, you could be one of my guests, bro. That'd be great.
All right, perfect. Yo, thanks again. Thank you
problem,
for
bro.
everyone that jumped on. I'm gonna try to be more consistent now with my interviews. So I already have an amazing one lined up for next week. And thank you to you again. Go to his bio to his link so you could get those free courses. Someone was asking what service you're teaching people about investing in cryptocurrency. And then if you want, some people asking about the hoodie, some inspirational hoodies that I get. Like, I just felt like I need to wear something that every time I look down, it makes me want to move. You can go to my bio. I have a link where it shows you where I buy my hoodie from, so you could buy the same. All right.
Right.
Good night. Thanks again. Amazing interview.
Take care, brother.
Take care.